Hi, Riley. It's Erin, and I'm back with another story for you. So, at the end of the story, you're actually going to have some questions. So, when I'm reading through it, pay attention to basically the story and what's going on and the characters, okay? So, the story that I selected for you today is called Silly Sandwiches. I actually kind of like this story because it reminds me of something I would do when I was younger. And so I actually want to see what these kids are going to do. So let's see what happens. So once again, Silly Sandwiches by Anne Harth. Mom was playing the piano. She played the piano a lot. Dylan opened a kitchen cupboard. His friend Jake opened another one. What's for lunch, Mom? Dylan called. The piano music stopped. Make yourself some sandwiches, Mom called. The music started again. Hmm. What kind of sandwiches? Dylan asked. The music stopped. Any kind. Use your imagination. The music started again. Any kind? Dylan grinned at Jake. He put the bread on the table. Jake set out two plates. Let's see what you have, he said. Hmm, I wonder what these two are up to. I don't know. I don't know if. Let's see what happens. They pulled out jars, boxes, and bags. The table was filled with food. They had peanut butter, hmm, mustard, and honey. I don't know, Riley. How do you think their sandwich is going to shape up? Let's see. Let's keep going. Okay. They had raisins, sugar cubes, and cookies. Hmm. Kind of like that so far. Tiny marshmallows spilled from a bag. The chocolate chips weren't open yet. Jake looked at all the food. Hmm. Now what? He said. Dylan rubbed his hands together. Dig in, he said. I'm starting with the peanut butter. Everything else will stick to it. Jake nodded. Good idea. So, Raleigh, what do you think? Do you think this whole sandwich is a good idea? Is it really healthy? I mean, I like I like Dylan's thought here about how everything will stick together on the sandwich, though, using that peanut butter. Hmm. The boys spread peanut butter on their bread. Jake reached for the marshmallows. Dylan opened the chocolate chips. Okay, so they opened up the bag of chocolate chips. Cool. Dylan sprinkled chocolate chips over the over the peanut butter. He sprinkled marshmallows over the chocolate chips. Raisins came next. Well, Riley, I like this sandwich so far, but I'm not a fan of raisins, so this right here, I don't know about that one. But so far, I like it. They're being very creative with their sandwich. Sounds good. Sorta. The piano music stopped. Uh-oh. Are you finding enough to eat? Mom called. Jake slapped a cookie on his sandwich. Dylan picked up a jar of mustard. Yes, he called. The piano music started again. Dylan went back to work. He spread mustard over the raisins. He dribbled honey over the mustard. He crumbed a coconut cookie. I love coconut cookies. Over the honey. Finished. Dylan slapped a slice of bread on top. Well, Riley, that's her sandwich. Okay, it looks very interesting. Okay. Huh. His sandwich was tall. He picked it up and looked at Jake. Jake picked up his too. They grinned at each other. They opened their mouths wide. They munched and chewed and swallowed. Huh. Yum, said Dylan. Best sandwich I've ever had, said Jake. The sandwiches were soon gone. The piano music stopped. Have you boys eaten your sandwiches? Mom called. Yes, Dylan answered. Huh. What kind did you make? Dylan looked at Jake. Jake shrugged, and Dylan laughed. Silly sandwiches. And indeed they were. So, one question to you, Riley, is would you have eaten that sandwich? Again, I would have tried a sandwich, but the raisins would definitely have to go if it was my sandwich. So, so that was the story. So right before I started, I said you are actually going to have some questions that about the story that I hope that you would consider and think about. So here are your questions. Question number one: which ingredients from the silly sandwich are not usually found in a regular sandwich? So go back through the story and think about what are some maybe some odd or unusual ingredients. I would say for one, raisins, but also probably mustard. What other ones do you think are kind of not usually found on a regular sandwich? Question two: do you think Dylan's mom would have approved of the sandwiches they made? Why or why not? I could probably think of one. I think the sandwich will really make them really hyper, ready to go out and play outside, which is probably the best thing for Dylan and Jake to do. And of course, question three: how would you describe Jake and Dylan? Do you think they are scared? Do you think they are creative? How would you describe Jake and Dylan's personality or character? Well, that's it for this particular story, Silly Sandwiches. So I hope you enjoyed it, and you'll hear from me soon from another story. Okay, you take care of yourself.